this. I don't know if
I
we
will.
need it. Okay. Hey, good Tuesday evening, everyone. We are back. It seems like now that we got this new schedule going, this just seems really odd. Seems like a long time since we've been doing this. Anyway, it is Tuesday, the what's the date? 8th today, September 8th. Yes. So, hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. We just pretty much worked, but it's good. We had a lot of stuff to do. You guys have been ordering a lot of stuff, so we were really busy. Anyway, so things are good over here. We had a tremendous windstorm today.
Horrible.
And it's died down slightly now. That's why we're not outside, because it was like crazy. It was nuts, windstorm. And I guess we're supposed to have wind again tomorrow. So, anyway, so I just wanted to get on here. I got a couple questions. First things first, I want to recognize Ron and Lee Mueller. They stopped by. They're from Ohio, but they happened to be in Las Vegas for their son's wedding, and they drove down from Las Vegas and spent some time with us today. So Ron and Lee, if you're watching this, thanks so much for coming by. We had a blast. We literally sat here at the table, and the five of us with Dad, and just kind of talked, and we gave them kind of a shop tour, and it was a lot of fun. So anytime we get guests out here and we get visitors, we love it. It's always fun. It's always a great time. So if you guys happen to be in the Southwest or in Vegas and want to drive down and meet with us, let me know. We'd be happy to show you around. Not that there's that much to see. A lot of dirt, and there was a lot of wind today. Anyway, all right, let's get into the questions. So I got a question the other day from Steve Brown, and he said, I was wondering what you use as an alternative to the Marsh ink. Now, obviously, Steve hadn't seen any of my recent videos or hadn't remembered. He said, where I live, it's currently on back order for 2 weeks, and I'm out, and I need to complete some orders. So I'm going to go over kind of what we use for the black spray and actually colored spray, in case there's some new people that haven't seen videos. And I'll do that once in a while, is kind of revisit some of these popular questions. And this is one I get a lot.
Real quick, how far are you from Vegas? We're about an hour and a half.
South. Directly south of Las Vegas, yes. Near Laughlin and Bullhead City. Laughlin, Nevada, Bullhead City. So anyway, so this is the ink that he's referring to, the Marsh ink. This is a can of green, but I don't know where the nozzle is. But anyway, so this is the ink that he's referring to, and that's what we've used for years and years, for decades, is the Marsh ink. Then we found the black primer, Rust-Oleum black primer, and this is flat black. Now, what we don't recommend is the primer / paint on the Rust-Oleum 2 times, but I'll get into that in a second here. So that's our second choice. And by the way, if you want a really detailed video on why we use the things that we use and the history, go watch Senior Moment number 18, and that was with Dad and I, and we go through the whole history of how we started using the sprays that we use. So an alternative to this is chalkboard paint. Now this one I tried. I think someone recommended it to me a while back, and I tried this, and it works great. It really works well. And it comes in different colors, different pastel colors, blues and grays and stuff like that. Light green, I think, but anyway, real pastel colors. So the chalk paint works really well. This is the black, obviously. The next thing is that if you cannot find, and honestly, my Walmart, I may have stopped carrying this. I haven't found it lately. So I think we're ordering it on Amazon because Dad's using this as well. But if you can't find, if you're looking to buy it like right away, this is Rust-Oleum primer, and it's in the automotive section at Walmart. So if you can't find it in the regular paint, this stuff, I believe, is exactly the same product. This is a product that the first time I saw it, Renee and Steve up in Alaska, my sister and brother-in-law, were using this, and it works great. It works exactly the same as this. So, and if you can't find it at the automotive section in Walmart, go look at it a Napa Auto Parts or a Kragen Auto Parts or something, and look for sandable primer in there. Maybe even some other brands other than Rust-Oleum may work just fine. So give it a try and see. And then the last was something that I discovered just prior to making that video, Senior Moment 18. I discovered that you can actually use a paint, which we have always stayed away from. But this is a product, and it's paint/primer. But here is the kicker. It has to be matte finish. If it's semi-gloss, if it's gloss, satin, I'm kind of I'm not really sure about the satin. I think I tried the satin and I wasn't really crazy about it. But if it's matte finish or flat, you should be okay. So this was really a game changer because it really allows you to get color in your background or in your inset letters.
That was a question. Does it have to be black?
No, this is sweet fig color. This is
purple.
Like
it's pretty.
A purple, yeah. And if you go watch that video, episode 18, you'll see I do a lot of colors in this same product. Krylon Fusion all-in-one. But there's also Rust-Oleum makes a paint that's a matte finish. I've got a can of it out there. It's blue, and it works great. So if it's a matte or a flat finish, then you should be able to use it without the advent of it bleeding. So again, Dad and I go into deep detail over on Senior Moment episode 18.
Peanuts here. She said, I miss you guys.
Hi, Ophi. Miss you too, babe. Hope school's going well. All right, second question. Now this is one that I didn't know. Well, I didn't know the one aspect of this. So if you guys go back and you watch me in some of my packaging small signs, I always put them in plastic bags. I do that because then I wrap them in bubble wrap, and the bubble wrap tends to stick to finish if it's not completely cured, and sometimes it might take days and days and days.
I'm gonna real quick.
Yeah.
Nick Ward said I bought 6 colors of the 2x2 times in flat, and they all work great.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Great to hear, Nick. I'm glad to hear that. So back on Coffee and Questions 2/6/17, I show these poly bags that I have been using, and I've been buying them for literally 20 years from a website, and I would just buy them. They were 7x28, and they work perfect for a 6x24 sign. They were 7x28. I think they were 2 mil thick, and I bought them, and I talk about this on that video, and I've talked about this website several times on videos, and it's called bagsonthenet.com. Just like it sounds, bagsonthenet.com. Well, about 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, I went on there because I was doing some research for somebody else, and I'll tell you why I haven't bought those lately. But I was doing some research, and I couldn't find it. I literally couldn't find bagsonthenet.com. It was like empty. There was nothing there. Well, I got an email from Brian Sperry this morning, and it said, I saw an older video where you were packaging and shipping, where you mentioned using plastic bags to put your signs in. You had mentioned bag size 728 and 7x28. You would purchase them from bagsonthenet.com. I was looking on that website, but I couldn't find it. does that bag have a specific name or style? So anyway, then I went to bagsonthenet.com, and if you go there now, it's crazy. So I think what happened was that website went down. That I think that company went out of business. They were out of New York. I think they went out of business, and somebody else picked up that domain, bagsonthenet.com. Now, if you go there, I don't know why, but it has to do with roofing, and it has to do with like planting stuff and how to make stuff grow. And I don't know what that has to do with Bags on the Net, but that website, bagsonthenet.com, now has nothing to do with plastic bags as far as I can tell. So, I don't know, maybe that person that had that website went out of business, out of the bag business, and went into the planting business. I don't know. But anyway, don't use that website for finding plastic bags. So, now, to go backwards, I haven't bought any plastic bags literally for a couple years. About a year ago, I had a good stock, and then about a year ago, I don't know if you guys saw the video where I made some sideboards for a local guy. What was those people's names? Leilani and Skip. Skip and Leilani that live up in Dolan Springs, and I made some sideboards for their truck. Well, it turns out they had, from a prior business, had literally tens, if not hundreds of thousands of plastic bags. So I literally bartered that set of sideboards for about a gazillion, like a pickup load of plastic bags. So, I love barter. So we got bags of just about every size that you can think of, and we use them in our operation, in our laser room, for bagging our products.
Yeah, we just cut them down and
we seal them, and so I haven't had to buy any plastic bags for my signs for a long time, and I won't probably for a long time. We probably have another 2 years supply. So anyway, that was a barter deal that I did. You guys know I'm big on barter. However, so I want to solve your guys' problem as far as finding plastic bags. What you can do is the bags that, what did I do with that page? Oh, the bags that I would suggest right now, I would go either find them on Amazon, which they're not that easy to find on Amazon, but we buy a lot of stuff from Uline. That's uline.com. And they have tons of different kinds of products. But the one that you guys, if you're looking for poly bags, look for flat poly bags, and you can see over here they have multiple thicknesses. I think we always use like the 2 mil, and that is a great way to go. Now, if you want to go a different way that may be even cheaper than the poly bags, I've used this. We've had this roll. Dad has bought a lot of stuff from Uline. We've had this roll for probably, I don't know, 5 years. This is literally a roll, and I think it's like 4 or 5 mil. It's pretty thick. And you can just slice a piece off of this, tape both ends, and you got a bag. So this is literally a tube. This is one continuous tube. It's not a roll of individual bags. It's one continuous tube. That may be a cheaper way to go than the flat poly bags. So that's something you might want to check out over on Uline or wherever you're going to buy. But this is a great way to package small signs. I've even used this, cut off pieces and then slid them down the side, open them up, which is what I do for bigger signs. Even my big signs, I always wrap in plastic before I wrap them in bubble wrap for shipping.
Greg Breimer says McMaster's Car is a great place to get them.
McMaster's Car. I've never heard of that.
I don't know if that's a website or...
Really? That's Greg Breimer said that?
Yeah.
I've never heard of. That's something I've never heard of, Greg. But yeah, go check it out.
We got some questions if you're about ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let me see. Hold on. Where'd it go? I saw one. Tammy Rule says, did you get my photos from the email I sent, the one with the mermaid on it? I don't know if that's for me or...
No, that
I don't
probably
know,
would have been
Tammy.
for me. Gosh, email has just been crazy lately. Tammy, I can't say that I have. Please send it again. Or send it to Vicky. I think people are sending me emails that aren't getting through to me, and I don't know why, because I had that spam filter thing, but I check my spam all the time.
Greg Breimer says it's a website. And Annette says they're a distributor, reasonable price. Greg says at work we buy them by the thousands.
And it's McMaster.
McMastercar. Might have to check that out.
Yeah, we're going to have to check that out.
John Hall says, when putting on Minwax polyurethane over marsh black on pine, the black paint wanted to mix and spread with the polyurethane. It had dried for 24 hours. Any ideas?
Okay, so can you read that again?
When putting on Minwax polyurethane over the black marsh ink on pine wood,
yes,
the black wanted to mix and spread with the polyurethane. Any ideas?
Okay, so here's the thing. And who asked that?
John Hall.
John. So here's the thing. When I'm assuming that you're applying that polyurethane with a brush. That's what it sounds like. So here's what I suggest. If you're going to brush it on, and I've done videos on this in the past, if you're going to brush on that Minwax Spar Helmsman polyurethane or Spar Varnish, what I suggest is get a spray can of the same product or something and give it a couple coats with a spray can first. Seal that black up. Then you can brush on a coat and it won't run on you. I really haven't had that issue, but I haven't used ink for a while. But I haven't had that issue even when I was brushing stuff on. But I would suggest to always seal it up. And again, you know me, I would rather spray way beyond brushing if you can find a way to spray it on. The problem is with the spray cans, at least on the Minwax Helmsman, it goes on so light that it would take 100 coats to completely finish a sign. It just takes way too many coats for me. So I would put on 1 or 2 coats with the spray can, seal it up, put a couple brush coats on, lightly sand it, and then finish it off with the spray can if you've got no breeze or no wind, and you should get a really nice finish off of it.
Okay, Nick Ward says, I've noticed that Eric has told us one email to send to, but he responds back and it comes up as a different address. Okay,
so I have my original email address from way back when. That is Eric_DaveSigns@yahoo.com. That is my original email that I've had for decades. Well, when we created the website, makeawoodsign.com, I had a new email, and that one points over to the Eric@makeawoodsign.
So they're linked, yeah.
So yeah, they should, honestly, they should go, either one of them should get to me at my my Yahoo email.
He said he's not sure if that was part of the problem or not, just an observation. So.
Yeah, I don't know if that's part of the problem. So I have Eric_DaveSigns@yahoo.com. Again, that's my original. And then the one that I've been using since we've had makeawoodsign.com, which has been like 10 years now, that one points right to the same place.
Chad says, Eric, that's what happens when you're a celebrity getting all that fan mail.
Yeah. Not quite. All right, sign carvers of the day. So you guys keep sending me stuff. I'm still getting emails every day. So it's not like I'm not getting any emails. It just seems like some, are, if and again, here's the rule. If you don't hear back from me in 24 to 36 hours, write me again or call or send it to Vicky with DaveSigns@gmail.com, and she'll get it over to me. I don't know why they're not coming through.
John Hall says both of these addresses came back mailer demon today. Mailer demon?
So you sure you're spelling it right, John? Because that
sounds like that's not what he's... Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound
Okay.
right. Something's going on. It should be
I'm down on this.
Bob Cowan. So I'll give you my email again at the end before we stop. Bob Cowan. This is 1x4x16 pine with a czar finish on it. Use the carving liner and the profile. Some of those little Western letters get kind of tight in there, and I can see on the double lined one how the carving liner would be necessary. Great job, Bob. Love them. I think those are our
I
layout
think he
templates.
means the domain. Anyway.
Okay. Kojen Shi, I think that's how you pronounce it, did signs for a farmer neighbor, and these he did a series of signs. I just printed this one out, but he did like 4 or 5 different ones, and they're directional signs for the road. So great job, Kojen. I like it. Kind of an odd shape there, but I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. Very unique. Good job. Helen Stewart, 11x22 on Cypress.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. I love the colors. Really, really nice. And that's a really good version of that Freedom Eagle. Terrific. Great job, Helen.
I like the board.
I love it. Yeah. Cypress. Annette Tucker. This one,
She's here. I think that is adorable.
you know, I must say, and I say this quite often, but on this one, it's really apparent. You guys cannot understand how gorgeous this sign is, especially I don't know, something about that green edge. This picture does not do it justice. Annette, you just knocked this one out of the park. I think it's absolutely stunning. I just absolutely love it. And it's a great idea, obviously. I think you could sell a ton of those. Beautiful job, Annette. Absolutely love it. Terrific. And last but not least, David Wood. So he's been watching for a few years. Made this for his sister from a cut down tree from her yard.
How cute. Lilo and Stitch.
Used the profile bit for the outlines. Terrific job, David. I don't know if this was his first sign or not. I can't tell,
That's
but terrific work. I love it. I bet your sister was thrilled. Nice job. All right, boys and girls. So, just as a clarification, if you can write this down. It's Eric at makeawoodsign.com. So it's ERIC at makeawoodsign.com. MakeAwoodsign.com. Or Eric _ that's a little underline, Dave Signs at yahoo.com. So it's Eric, ERIC _ DAVESIGNS at yahoo.com. So there's only one S in the middle there.
And
Dave
also,
Signs.
and the Make a Wood sign is just no S at the end.
Right, makeawoodsign.com. So, and actually, if I'm not mistaken, I just thought of this. If I'm not mistaken, if you go to makeawoodsign.com and go on the Contact Us page, there should be a link right there that you can just click on it, and that should go. I better check that out, make sure that that's not the issue. But I get email. I'm still getting dozens of emails a day, so I don't know why it's working for some people and not, and not for others. I don't know. It's a crazy time we live in. Anyway, but you can always call too if there's anything anything we can do for you. You can always call. So that's it, guys. We're out. So if you're watching this and you don't know yet, we have a new schedule for our Facebook Lives. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific this time of year. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific. And Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. That's me and Vicky. So, and then we do our Friday night live on YouTube. And that's on Friday nights at 6 p.m. So, you guys will be you still be getting videos 7 days a week. I that's what we're planning. So anyway, guys, we're out. Hope you guys are having a great evening, and I hope your week goes well. Don't forget, Christmas is coming, so start to crank up those Christmas ideas. Obviously, Annette Tucker's already on it. So thanks, guys. We love you. We'll see you Thursday night, but again, you'll get a video tomorrow morning over on YouTube. Love you guys.
Good night, guys.
Have a great night.